Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Door, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, and Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Swings and lines it in the right center field. One run will come in to score. They will round the other runner. He will come to the plate. The throw not going to be in time. A two-run single for Parker O'Brien gives the Govs a 9-7 lead.
Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE.
2-0 pitch. That will be a line shot into left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases, and it's going to score Terwilliger. That's one way to bust out of a slump. Sunshine round second. He's on his way to third. The throw will come in. He will slide in.
Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, Envirotech, First Dakota National Bank, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, and Hunsley Auto Body.
Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off. Terwilliger will sky this one out to center field. Out towards the wall. It is going to get out of here for a two-run shot for Cooper Terwilliger on an 0-2 pitch.
Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Koenig, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric.
2-0, it'll be a swinging Mason up the middle. Rounding third is Deal. The throw will come to the plate, but Deal slips and falls. The ball will still get away to the backstop. Deal will come in to score, and the Governors will win the ball game.
And now to the booth for the call of the game with KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to Augustana as the first game of the state tournament. The Pierre Governors take on the Jefferson Cavaliers in a rematch from just a couple of weeks ago as the Governors are looking to get revenge of the sweep that the Jefferson Cavaliers had 2 Saturdays ago and move on to the state semifinals, which will be played tomorrow afternoon and into Saturday night for the state championship game as the Govs come in at 22-8 on the season, and they will be the road team on the scoreboard as it is the Governors, the 6th seed against the 3 seed Jefferson Cavaliers, and it is a rematch of the 2 starters from Game 1 when Pierre lost 5-4 in that Saturday, May 9th, when they had Everett Solomon for Jefferson go 5 innings, giving up 3 unearned runs. Carter Templeton went 6 1/3 inning, giving up 3 unearned runs as well, giving up 5 runs overall. And it was a 5-4 win, but both these guys will start for their respective teams, and the Governors are going to be looking for a win here to move on to that state semifinal, which will be played tomorrow afternoon. Would be here back at Ronkin Field at Augustana, as the Govs are going to be looking for that first win here to kick off the state tournaments. And again, a team that they lost to twice, but it was 5-4 and 5-1. And really, those 2 games, Jefferson played well. And the Governors felt like maybe they could have played a little bit better, had a little bit better overall withstanding of where the Governors were at. They felt maybe a little flat in those 2 doubleheaders against Jefferson, but still only lost by 1 in Game 1 and then lost by 4 in Game number 2. And some good defense for this Governor team, and you might find yourself in a spot to be able to win this ball game, especially with Carter Templeton, who is on the mound and has had an excellent go to this point for the Pierre Governors as they look for the opportunity to be able to move on to the state semifinal tomorrow afternoon. We are backed up 2 hours from the original scheduled start time. We were supposed to start at 12 o'clock, which at this point would be nearing the end of that game, but instead we're going to play at 2 o'clock here this afternoon. Everything else will pretty much follow in a rolling schedule, although no games will start prior to the first pitch time, which is 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. No first pitch will start before those times, but they will go with more of a rolling schedule. So once this game is done, they're going to get ready to go and be able to have first pitch at 2 o'clock or immediately whenever, basically whenever they can for that next game. But we will have the first game, and if the Governors win, we'll have the first game again tomorrow, which is now at 3:30 instead of the original 2 o'clock scheduled first pitch. And then that also pushes the state championship game back to 8:30 tomorrow night. So it's going to be a very long night of baseball if the Governors do get a win here today. Could be a long night of baseball tomorrow here at Rock and Field. But the rain is trying to stop, or at least we're trying to get the rain to stop, and we can maybe play some baseball under non-rainy conditions, but the rain has picked up again, and it's kind of blowing across the field right now from left field over to right center field. We're outside. The unfortunate thing is that we're in a state tournament, and we got to be outside for the call of the baseball game. So we are dealing with the elements just like the players are. Obviously, they're going to be in a different situation because they're actually playing the game. We're just trying to keep our equipment dry, but we get a chance to be outside for this this state tournament run for the Pierre Governors. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, you see that graphic up. We don't have the video rights, unfortunately, so we can't bring you any video, but we'll keep up. You'll see the box score up there. You'll have the scoreboard up as normal. We'll keep up with all of that as the day goes and the games go along here in our first game of the day. Let's take our first break of the pregame show. We'll come back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices. Visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back, the Pierre Governors and the Jefferson Cavaliers coming up here from Rock and Field in just a couple of moments as the rain is falling once again here at Ronkin Field. Let's take a look at our lineups for both these teams. Pierre Governors, the visitors on the scoreboard. They will be led off by Carter Schuffelbein, and he was the first-team All-State for the Pierre Governors, the shortstop. Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, batting second. A second-team All-Stater in Sutton Sonnenschein. He's the catcher, batting third. Tripp Lindekugel, the third baseman, will bat fourth. Parker O'Brien, the left fielder, is batting fifth. Jaron Deal, the right fielder, batting sixth. Bridger Babcock, the first baseman, is batting seventh. Hudson Schaefer is batting eighth. He's the DH, and Hudson Stosher is the number 9 man, the second baseman. Carter Templeton, the other second-team All-Stater for the Pierre Governors. He is not in the lineup, but he is the starting pitcher for the Governors. Casey Mediger will lead things off for the Jefferson Cavaliers. He's the second baseman. Brody Jacobson, the shortstop, is batting second. Jackson Dunn, the catcher, batting third. Easton Riley, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Noah Kenzie, the third baseman, batting fifth. Boston Bryant, the left fielder, batting sixth. Noah Grabeau, the DH, batting seventh. Maddox Zenz, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Caleb Goodrow, the right center fielder, is batting ninth for Jefferson. And Everett Solonen is on the mound. He is not batting, but he is on the mound for the Jefferson Cavaliers in our first game of the state tournament, as the Pierre Governors will take on the Jefferson Cavaliers. Boy, it's not really raining hard, it doesn't look like, but it is raining enough, and it's making things look a little bit, well, now it's starting to rain a little bit harder as it's starting to fall down here at Ronkin Field at Augustana. But it is going to be the Pierre Governors and the Jefferson Cavaliers as they're introducing all the players for their lineups, those reserve players as well as also those in the starting lineup. We will step aside. We'll come back in another 3 minutes as you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, we will pause once more for the playing of the national anthem. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back with the first pitch. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, we are set and ready to go for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Jefferson Cavaliers. John Wickler with you on this Friday afternoon as we close it at 2 o'clock here at KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We're out here with the people today. It is outside and raining here at Rockin' Field, and we get to broadcast outside for a state tournament game. And the joy of being outside to broadcast for a state tournament game, if you can't catch my sarcasm. The Governors will be looking for their 23rd win of the season. Jefferson, as they come in, they're looking for their third win against the Governors here this year. They swept them in Pierre back on May 9th, just a couple of Saturdays ago. And it was this pitcher in Everett Solonen who they went up against in that loss 5-4 in Game 1, where he threw 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 unearned runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts for Solonen, who threw 100 pitches. He did not finish that ball game. And then for the Governors, or for Solonen overall, as we look at his stats on the year, 35 innings pitched is his 8th start of the season. 4-2 record for Solonen. 16 hits, 13 runs, 9 earned, 25 walks, 47 strikeouts, an ERA 1.8. And a whip at 1.17. Batting average against at 136. Governors had, again, just 4 hits against him in 5 innings of work when he pitched back on May 9th. Carter Schuffelbein digs in. We're ready to go. First pitch. It is going to be miss low for ball 1, as first pitch is at 1:58 here this afternoon to get us rolling as we look at the game time temperature as well, as we sit at 54 degrees and raining here in Sioux Falls. That one is at the knees for a strike. The count's now 1-1 against Solonen. Carter Schuffelbein in that first game went 2 for 3. He had the triple. Hudson Stosher had a double, the only 2 extra base hits against Solonen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. We're pretty close here to where home plate's at. It's itself not a huge backstop, decent enough to take another base. It's going to be a little bit harder to get home on a pass ball if you're at third base. 1-2 pitch. That one's taken for strike 3. And that's how we start the state tournament. A strikeout looking And the count and the first out here in the top of the first, and it brings up Porter Hunsley, the center fielder. Hunsley went 0 for 1 with an RBI in that 5-4 loss when he against Everett Solonen. As he'll dig in and waits as the first pitch will come in, and a fly ball out towards second base. It's going to be rolling to the left of the second baseman and Mediger, and he'll make the catch. And now too quickly down here in the top of the first. And it brings up the number 3 man in Sutton Sonnenschein. Sonnenschein, he's a second-team All-State man, did not play against Jefferson as he was hurt that weekend. He got hurt in the Stevens game and missed the doubleheader against the Cavaliers. The first pitch hits the outside edge for strike one. The count's 0-1 as Solonen works from the stretch with nobody on base and 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a half swing, but a full swing by Sonnenschein. The count's quickly 0-2, and Solonen's trying to make quick work of the top of the first inning as we hit just now at 2 o'clock. Again at KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Solonen trying to find the right footing. It is an all-turf field, or all-turf infield here at Rockin' Field, so that mound can maybe get a little slick being all-turf. That one taken at the knees, maybe a little bit below the knees for strike 3, and it's 2 strikeouts for Everett Solonen in the top of the first. No score between Pierre and Jefferson. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. When your tank's running low and your stomach is growling, there's one place Pierre trusts, DJ Senex. Feel up fast, grab ice-cold drinks, selection of fresh donuts, and that perfect cup of coffee to keep you moving. Friendly faces, quick stops, and everything you need right when you need it. So next time you're on the go, make the easy stop. DJ Senex. Fueled by community, driven by you.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
It is the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Jefferson of American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. As the Jefferson Cavaliers will come to the plates, and we'll look at their lineup. Kason Mediger will lead things off. He's the second baseman. Brody Jacobson, the shortstop, batting second. Jackson Dunn, the catcher, is batting third. Easton Riley, the first baseman, batting fourth. Noah Kenzie, the third baseman, batting fifth. Boston Bryan, the left fielder, batting sixth. Noah Gerbeau, the DH, batting seventh. Maddox Zenz, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Caleb Goodrow, the center fielder, will bat ninth for the Jefferson Cavaliers as they come to the plates. And again, Carter Templeton, 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts in that 5-4 loss to the Jefferson Cavaliers back on May 9th. He is the second-team All-Stater along with Sutton Sonnenschein. As Kason Mediger will step to the plates, and we'll give you his full stats here and what he did in the postseason so far to this point. First pitch swinging right down the left field line, and will drop fair and go all the way to the corner. Trying to get it over is Parker O'Brien, and gliding into second is Mediger. It is a leadoff double on the first pitch of the afternoon for Carter Templeton, and Mediger is in scoring position here to kick us off in the bottom of the first inning. First hit of the ball game on the first pitch. Templeton will have to work with a man in scoring position as Brody Jacobson will come to the plate. That one was hooking down the line, but landed well fair. As again, we look at the full stats here for Carter Templeton on the season, as Brody Jacobson, the shortstop, will get set here in his first at bat. Here's the first pitch from Templeton to Jacobson. That's a curveball that will drop in for strike one. Templeton during the regular season, or during the whole year, 46 innings pitched, which is now tops of the team. In 7 starts, 9 overall appearances. 5-1 record, 26-6, 15 runs, 12 of them earned, 17 walks, 50 strikeouts, an ERA at 1.83 as the 0-1 pitch is outside. The count's now 1-1. The whip is under 1, 0.94. Batting average against at 164. As we also will look here at what he did last Saturday. Once I find that in my pages. This one is flown out towards right center field, down the line. It will bounce off the wall. Mediger is going to come in to score, and it's a back-to-back doubles here for the Jefferson Cavaliers, and they open up a 1-0 lead just 2 batters into the ball game. Already the start that the Governors were not wanting to have, and Coach Rowley make his way out and have a conversation with Carter Templeton, maybe settle him down just a touch and settle into this ball game. And an RBI double for Brody Jacobson, and it brings up now Jackson Dunn to the plate. And Jefferson leads at 1-0. Again, just 2 batters in, back-to-back doubles. Jacobson went 0 for 3 in that first game against Templeton. Here's where I'm struggling to find all my pages that I had here. Looking for all these different pages. There we go. Jacobson so far, as Jackson Dunn comes to the plate. Dunn went 2 for 6 last weekend with those 2 base hits. No RBIs, no runs scored in the postseason. This is popped up on the right side. Bridger Babcock giving it a look, but it will land out of play. And now it will finally land on top of the dugout on the first base side. And the count's 0-1. A first pitch strike here from Carter Templeton. Templeton had a complete game 3-1 win over Mitchell. 4 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. He did not walk a guy. He hit a couple of guys, ended up hitting 4 during that game. That pitch is a curveball that misses inside for a ball, and the count's now 1-1. Here to Jackson Dunn, the catcher. Rain is falling here at Augustana. We had it stopped for a little bit, and then it's picked back up again. Hopefully we can get that rain to quit. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball to right field, right over, though, to the right fielder and Jaron Deal to make the catch. And there's the first out as he came a couple steps in. 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning, and it brings up Easton Riley to the plate. So as Easton Riley digs in, overall during the regular season for Riley, or during the year, he hit 400 with 3 doubles and a triple, 21 runs driven in. The number 4 man in the batting order. He's a tough out to pick up. He did not play in that doubleheader against the Governors. Now a pickoff attempt that will go into center field. Scheffelbein had already moved away from the base, and when the pickoff attempt came across from Templeton, Scheffelbein was already moving back to short, and he still threw the ball. He had to throw the ball the way he moved over to throw it, and it moves the runner now into third base, and it's the first error against the Governors. And so now Pierre already with that error, giving up 2 hits. Not a good start here for Pierre, and we already see some activity in the left field bullpen for the Governors. That will miss inside for a ball, and the count's quickly 1-0, or now 1-0. And it looks like Brennan McCullough might be warming up here for the Governors right now. This will be popped up foul. That will get out of play behind us. And the count moves to now 1-1. We're off to the right side of home plate, but basically right down, if you're looking from home plate down the third base line, we're pretty much even with it. Any ground ball, we're going to have a great angle to tell you if it's a fair or foul ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the first baseman. They will step on the bag. The run will come in to score, and Bridger Babcock will take the sure out at first. And there's now 2 down, but another run does come in to score, and bases are empty. And it's a 2-0 lead here for Jefferson in this bottom of the first inning. So 2 down, and it brings up Noah Kenzie to the plate. Been able to score both their runs so far on the 2 doubles that have come around to score. So Noah Kenzie, the third baseman, as he gets ready to hit for his first at bat of the ball game. That one will be a curveball that will drop in on the outside edge for strike 1. Kenzie went 1 for 4 with 3 runs driven in against the Governors in that Game 1 win. He hit a double in his one hit. There's a line shot into left field for a base hit. Sliding for it was O'Brien to cut it off. It bounced away from him, but not far enough to move the runner to second. So it's another base hit, third hit of this inning for Jefferson. And it brings up Boston Bryant with a runner on at first and 2 away. And baseballs will keep being thrown in and out to keep them dry as possible. Boston Bryant, he went 0 for 3 in that first game in the doubleheader sweep for Jefferson. That pitch will miss inside and will get away to the backstop. It's a wild pitch. It rolled all the way over to the third base side. And it's a 1-0 count. The runner moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch. Kenzie, the lefty, will dig back in. Make that Bryant, the lefty, will dig back in. The left fielder here for the Cavaliers. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball that's fouled on the first base line. Evens the count at 1-1. 2 runs on 3 hits and an error here in this inning for Jefferson. And they're still threatening now with another runner in scoring position on the wild pitch. Templeton will get set from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Another curveball that's turned on and went foul to the first base dugout. And the count is at 1-2. The 1-2-3 top of the first for the Governors with 2 strikeouts, both looking for Everett Salonen. And now here is Jefferson already with a 2-0 lead, and they're threatening again with the runner on at second and 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Templeton will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-2. That was a ground ball to the second baseman, Stocher. He will gobble that one up. The throw to first will be in time and finally puts an end to this bottom of the first inning. But 2-run score on 3 hits, an error, and a man left on base. 1 inning gone here at Ronkin Field, and it's a 2-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the second. The Pierre Governors are down 2-0 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard as the rain continues to fall here at Ronkin Field here at Augustana. Game 1, a bunny run right across the field, right through the middle of the field. And he is going all the way across. That dog's would be going crazy right now. Breezy and Buster would be chasing after that bunny so fast. They would have lost their mind seeing that rabbit. And I wish we could have had that on video too. That would have been a fantastic video to have. But I don't know where he came from, but he went right in front between the mound and home plate. Here's the first pitch to trip Linda Kugel, and that is taken for strike one to open us up here in the top of the second. I don't even know if the rabbit still is here if it ran all the way through, if it's still in the dugout or where it's at on the first base side. This will hit Linda Kugel, so the Governors will get the first base runner of the ball game when hit by pitch. And the Govs will absolutely take that one to get us started. Parker O'Brien will be the next hitter. As we look at we don't want to look at the Pierre defense, let's look at the Jefferson defense. Not the lineup, geez. Let's get the defense up there for Jefferson. We'll go around the horn defensively here in just a moment. Parker O'Brien lays down a bunt right in front of home plate, a perfectly placed bunt. The throw will go to first to move Linda Kugel over to second. Sacrifice bunt, 2-3. Picked up by the catcher Dunn and the first baseman Riley. And a sacrifice to move Linda Kugel into scoring position now with one out here in the top of the second. Boston Bryant is out left, Caleb Goodroad in center, Maddox Zenzen in right, Noah Kenzie at third, Brody Jacobson at short, Kaysen Mediger is at second, Easton Riley at first, Jackson Dunn behind the plate with Everett Salonen on the mound. As the first pitch over to Jaron Deal is over for strike one. Deal did not play in that doubleheader against Jefferson, as he's dealt with a little bit of an injury that's sidelined him for a little bit of time, but he was able to play last weekend. Here's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Sliding is Linda Kugel, who fell to the ground. Then the throw back to second. They will get Linda Kugel out, and it's now a runner on at first with two away. Linda Kugel was already taken off for third. It was a perfectly ground ball back to the pitcher of Salonen, who quickly turned and looked at Linda Kugel, who again was going between second and third and was too far off the bag to get back quickly. He even slipped and fell between the second and third base, which made it even more difficult to get back to the bag. But 1-6, and a great job too by Salonen, as Bridger Babcock will take high and outside for ball one. Great job too by Salonen to make just that one throw. He didn't throw it immediately to second or to third. He ran at Linda Kugel, make the decision where he wants to go, and then made that one throw to get him out, as this one will be popped foul to play by Bridger Babcock, and the count is now 1-1. The lefty in the lineup here for the Governors, Hudson Schaefer and Hudson Stosher. This is number 7 man right now in the batting order. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Salonen here to Babcock. That'll miss, and the count's now 2-1. Salonen already now with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runner on at first on the fielder's choice. Pickoff attempt and back in safely without a tag. His Deal over at first base. So Salonen will reset. Bridger Babcock also resetting at the plate. Salonen comes set from the stretch. That one is going to miss low, maybe a little bit inside as well. And the count is now at 3-1 here to Bridger Babcock. Trying to pass along to Hudson Schaefer. 3-1 pitch. Taken inside for a walk, and it's now first and second here with one away. And it will bring up the number 8 man in Hudson Schaefer. Schaefer, looking at that doubleheader, he went 1 for 3 for the Governors against Salonen, as he waits on the first pitch and taking low for ball one. A hit batter, a fielder's choice, and a walk have put the 3 runners on base, but it's first and second right now with 2 away here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Schaefer with a fly ball to right field. Down the line, it is foul, and it will land foul. Might have landed in that bullpen. There's a little bit of a cutout of that right field side that puts the where you can just walk around it to get into the bullpen. Where the left field side, there might be a gate or something over down the left field line. It's very, very small foul territory once you get probably around the 290 to 300 mark of left field, because it is 320 down the left field line. That curveball will miss upstairs, and the count's 2-1. It did not break enough to find the strike zone. So the count goes now 2-1 here to Hudson Schaefer. 2 guys on base. It's a tying run right now at first for the Governors. A gap somewhere can tie this ball game up. 2-1 stays upstairs as well, and the count's now 3-1. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, is waiting on deck. And after a strong first inning here for Saladin and a couple of quick outs, he is struggling to find the strike zone right now. Here's the 3-1 from Saladin to Schaefer. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 3-2. May have swung a pitch, could have been above the strike zone, but really Schaefer is trying to make it a 3-2 ball game on that 3-1 pitch. Runners will get a head start here. 3-2 count with 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch. That is taken for strike 3. That did not look like it would hit the strike zone, but it was taken for strike 3, and that will take us to the end of the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. It is no score between Pierre and make that 2-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Has life left a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic? At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair, from minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
First pitch will hit the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1 here to Noah Grabeau, the DH, 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the second for the Jefferson Cavaliers, as that one will be missing upstairs. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Rain's trying to stop here at Augustana. The count goes now 1-1, hoping that once it finally stops now, it will be stopping for good. Ground ball through the hole on the left side for a base hit. And another base hit here for Jefferson to lead off the inning. 4th hits against Carter Templeton. And Brennan McCullough, that's been warming up in the bullpen, and I think they are going to go to McCullough. So Templeton, who didn't have his stuff today, they will go to McCullough, who maybe could have been the Game 2 starter if they win, but you can't get to Saturday if you don't win Game 1. And they will bring in the new pitcher. So we will step aside. We'll come back in a minute and tell you the changes. Back in a minute here on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we salute the service and sacrifice of our members. To show our appreciation for veterans, active duty military, and first responders, we're proud to introduce the We Salute Service and Sacrifice Loan Program, granting a special rate reduction on eligible consumer loans. Valid offer on new secure loans only. Internal refinances and unsecured loans do not qualify. Veterans, active duty military, and first responders, contact our loan team for more details. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we're big on you.
So as we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the second. Brendan McCullough is on the mound now. Carter Templeton just threw 19 pitches only, so if the Governors are to come back and win this one, he is available to pitch tomorrow in the semifinals. So that is the good news. But the quick yank from Coach Rowley gives him a chance to, again, if they win this ball game, that he'd be able to come back and pitch tomorrow. But Brendan McCullough will have to work through a couple of, now a runner on at first, and so we can't close the book officially here on the man for Carter Templeton. As we start this bottom of the second, runner on at first, Maddox Zenz, the right fielder, steps to the plate. He's showing bunts and will drop one right in front of the plate. Picked up by Sunshine. The quick throw to first is going to be in time. The runner will move to second. And there is one down here in the top of the second inning. And so it is runner in scoring position with only one out. 2-3 in the sacrifice bunts. The lefty McCullough, who did not throw against Jefferson. First time that they are going to see this lefty on the mound. And again, we'll tell you his stats here in just a moment, as it is Caleb Goodrow that will step to the plate. McCullough was one of those, the one guy of the big three starters for this Governor team that did not pitch on Saturday or last weekend, Friday or Saturday. And the runner on at second. Pickoff attempt. It'll be off of the runner, but not far enough away into center field. Runner was back safely at second, regardless of the throw was accurately and caught cleanly, as it makes it a still 1-0 count. But McCullough threw 43 1/3 innings during the season, 7 starts. This is his first relief appearance of the entire year. 4-2 record, 49 hits, 25 runs, 17 earned, 5 walks, 31 strikeouts for McCullough. Only 5 walks in 43 1/3 innings. He is not going to walk guys. He's going to make them put the ball in play, as it counts 2-0. This is a rarity that he's even down 2-0 in the count. His first pitch strike percentage at 64%, ERA at 2.75, a whip at 1.25, and a batting average against at 274. 2-0 pitch from McCullough. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. 72 miles an hour from McCullough, which was right around where Carter Templeton was kind of sitting too, around 74 miles an hour for Templeton. Rain is picked back up again, blown across from left to right. Here's the 2-1 from McCullough. That one is over for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. I was going to say, that one should definitely be a strike. It was a third strike to Hudson Schaefer in that top of the second inning. So a 2-2 count with one out, runner on at second. Here in the bottom of the second. A 2-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout. 2 down, and it brings us back to the top of the order. Good breaking ball, 63 miles an hour, 9 mile an hour difference. And that got Goodrow off balance, as Kason Mediger will come to the plate. As the second baseman digs in, he doubled in his first at-bat, came in to score on the RBI double from Brody Jacobson. Runner on at second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch. That one will miss low for ball 1. And McCullough already asking for a new baseball. even though the ball never hit the ground at all since he's had it, he's already looking for a new baseball. It tells you just how much the rain is impacting a baseball's, even though just the flight from the pitcher to the catcher and back. 1-0 pitch here from McCullough. From the stretch, he'll deliver the 1-0. That one is outside, and the count's 2-0. Mediger, top of the order for Jefferson. 2-0 count with 2 outs, ahead in the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one will miss outside, and the count's now 3-0, and McCullough, who has just 5 walks all season, in danger of walking his first man here in this ball game, only the 3rd batter that he has come up against. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That'll be upstairs for ball 4. And so it's now 1st and 2nd. And it brings up Brody Jacobson at the plate. As the rain continues to fall here at Augustana, makes, the all-turf infield makes it easier for this game to not be delayed, because it's not really raining hard. It's just raining enough to make things kind of miserable, but not enough to really to put anything into a rain delay, as the first pitch will catch the top of the zone for strike 1. Only really, as McCullough, again, he's got to get a new baseball. It's already getting too much water on it. But outside of lightning and then a downpour, that's the only 2 things that will stop us from playing during this game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's outside, and the count's now 1-1. Brennan McCullough, the lefty, excellent from the start to the finish of this season, and now he's called upon in a different scenario than he's seen all season. As this is popped up out of play on the right side, it'll be behind us and out of all of Rockenfield. And the count is now 1-2. Only relief appearance of the entire season for Brennan McCullough. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, that's down the line, foul. And we'll do it again here at 1-2. Pierre will have 9-1-2 to start the top of the 3rd. They're going to try and keep this a 2-0 deficit into the top of the 3rd inning. Again, this is the only game today for both these teams. Everybody will play just once today. It would be, you have to win 2 tomorrow. You have to obviously win today, and then win 2 tomorrow to win the state championship. This will be off the glove of Sonnenschein. Both guys will move up. It was on Jacobson. Jacobson had turned like he was about to get hit. It was just on top of the zone and then went off the glove of Sonnenschein. And it turns into a pass ball that makes the count 2-2. And now runners are at 2nd and 3rd with 2 away. And Jefferson can open this up to a 4-0 lead now with just 1 base hit from Jacobson. Two-two pitch here from McCullough to Jacobson. Ground ball up the middle, that's through for a base hit. Porter Hunsley will come in to field it. He's not going to be able to throw it home in time. It'll be thrown to second. It's a 2-run single, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Jefferson Cavaliers. And the 2nd and 3rd RBI of the ball game already here for Brody Jacobson, and we're just 2 innings in. And now it brings up Jackson Dunn. Another 2 runs in an inning for Jefferson. It's only their first hit of the inning, or second hit of the inning, excuse me. Here's the first pitch to Jackson Dunn. That one just missing outside. The count goes to 1-0. Dunn did not play against the Governors in that doubleheader. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. Flew out of the right fielder, Jaron Deal, in his first trip to the plate. 2-0 pitch here from McCullough. 2 done. The lefty delivers. That one will catch the knees, and the count's now 2-1. Again, rain falling here at Ronkin Field. 2-1 pitch. That one's right over the first base side, and the first base coach barely got out of the way in time. And the count's 2-2 on the foul ball. So now McCullough a strike away from getting out of this inning. By the way, that run is charged to Templeton. One of those 2 runs is charged to Templeton. That is fouled away. Goes off the shin guards and chest protector of Sutton Sunshine behind the plate. Count is now at 2-2. Still at 2-2. McCullough will come set from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. That one is off the hands, right to Bridger Babcock to make the catch and put an end to the second inning. Another 2-run score on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 2 completes. It is a 4-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong. Built local.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the third, and the Pierre Governors have a 4-0 deficit now on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard as Everett Saladin. And so after we're done with this game, Yankton will take on Stevens next. So the KYNT crew is here, and Braden's got, while we have the tent up, he's trying to help me out a little bit more by having the umbrella out in front of me to try and help keep everything dry. But the hard part is that the rain is blowing into us, so the hardest part is trying to get the umbrella in a spot where you can still see the game and keep everything dry, and it's not really working out the way that we're hoping. And as it is Hudson Stocher to lead us off here at the top of the third. First pitch is over for strike 1. And that's just, again, the unfortunate thing of it all is here at the state tournament and we're forced to be outside, as that one is at the letters and the count's now 0-2. It's just a tough deal to have to be sitting outside for a state tournament to broadcast a game, instead of being able to be inside of a press box. But such it goes, the count's 0-2. Saladin will deliver. Ground ball that is fouled down the first base line. And the count remains at 0-2. Yankton and Stevens, again, that game coming up next. You can listen to it on KYNT and stream it. This will be popped up foul. That'll be out of play. Again, there's no video for either one of us, but you can still catch that Yankton game on KYN TV on YouTube. Just won't be able to watch it. They'll stream it for free on KYN TV. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's a ground ball to the second baseman. That's booted by the second baseman, Mediger. And the first leadoff man on base for the Pierre Governors here to kick off the top of the third. First error of the game for Jefferson. Leadoff man was on base to kick off the second. Now it's here in the third. See if the Govs can take advantage of it now at the top of the order, and Carter Scheffelbein to get us, see if he can move a runner around here. 0 for 1 struck out looking in his first at bat. As he digs in for the first pitch, Everett Salonen. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Stoscher leads away from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Scheffelbein. Just trying to avoid going 0 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats here at Augustana. 0-2 pitch, and he will get a check swing, but it goes around anyway, and it'll be a strikeout of Scheffelbein. He's now 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and it brings up Porter Hunsley. That's a big first out here for Salonen, who is tied up and made Scheffelbein look uncomfortable at the plate, which is a very rare thing to do, especially the way that Scheffelbein has hit the ball this season. Porter Hunsley, that first pitch is outside for ball 1. Now all of a sudden, Salonen's looking for a ground ball to maybe get out of this inning quickly. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is upstairs. The count's now 2-0. There's a pop up to the second baseman, and Salonen will look for a new baseball. And again, the weather here is not, just absolutely terrible. It's just not as much fun to be watching a baseball game for a state tournament. As the count is 2-0 here to Porter Hunsley. But as many times as these guys have looked for a new baseball, as that one's outside, the count's now 3-0. It takes you back to a couple years ago with the Cincinnati Reds, and I don't remember what pitcher it was, but every single time the umpire threw him a baseball, he just threw it back to the dugout because he said it was terrible and the weather was terrible and he wanted a rain delay. And they didn't grant it to him for a while, and then they finally did. 3-0 pitch will miss, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and it's first and second now here with 1 away. See, second walk issued by Salonen, and it brings up Sonnenschein to the plate. We're not anywhere near that type of scenario to see a pitcher just refuse to throw a baseball. But they have traded out baseballs quite a bit, even just, again, from the mound to home plate without it touching the ground at all. As Sonnenschein will fly this out towards right field, over towards the right field line. Catch will be made by the right fielder. The throw will come in to keep the runner at first, but it is Zenz that makes the catch, and there's now 2 down, and the runner will move up to third on the fly out. 2 away here in the top of the third inning. And it brings up Trip Lindekugel to the plate. Lindekugel is hit by a pitch. He got to second on a sacrifice bunt, then was thrown out between second and third on a ground ball by Deal. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul out of play on the right side for strike 1. So another first pitch strike here for Salonen. Here's the 0-1 here from Salonen. That one will be upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Do have to give a good shout out to Braden and Josh, and Braden now fixing the tent. They've been holding the tent down even with the weights. The wind has picked up the tent a couple different times. Here's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by the shortstop. The throw will have to go to first, and he will fire it to first in time for the third out. And it retires the side here in the third inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 men left on base. We have the bottom of the third. Still 4-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the third and a 4-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. As the game is on KCCR, you can also check it out on YouTube. I keep saying watching it on YouTube. You're not really watching anything. You can see watching the graphics change with the scoreboard. That's about it. And here's the first pitch. That one will miss for ball one as that wind howls in here to the near side from the straight of left field right into the first base side, as Easton Riley will get a 2-0 count ahead. As well, this has not been fun. 2-0 pitch here from Brendan McCullough. That'll miss inside. The count's now 3-0. Count here to Easton Riley. That 3-0 pitch here from McCullough, taken all the way and over for a strike, and the count's now 3-1 to leadoff man here in the bottom of the third. Maybe that gust of wind will signal the end of this, any kind of rain, and slow everything up, be it calm the rest of the day. 3-1 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's now 3-2. There's a 72 miles an hour here from Brendan McCullough. Full count from 3-0 to now 3-2. McCullough, the lefty, will deliver. And a ground ball to Carter Shufflebine at short as he fields. His throw to first is in time. And the leadoff man, Easton Riley, is gone here to open up the bottom of the third. First time the leadoff man has been taken care of in this ball game. As it brings up Noah Kenzie, who got a base hit in his first at-bats. 3 umpires here for the state tournament. Here's the first pitch to Kenzie. That'll miss low for ball one. You get obviously the home plate umpire, first base umpire, and now you have one down the third base line as well. Obviously they'll rotate around, dictating on how many guys are on base. That one will be fouled at the plate, and the count's now 1-1. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Jefferson. No runs, no hits, and an error for Pierre. Here in the bottom of the third. As McCullough from the windup delivers the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. The count's now 2-1. One of the things that Brendan McCullough has been able to really do and able to do well is have different windups and lengths of his windup. As that one will miss low and the count's now 3-1. That prior to that 1-1 pitch, he was really slow, had the leg kick that took a long time to deliver the plate, kind of throws the hitter's timing off. Here's a 3-1 pitch from McCullough. That will miss, though, high and outside, and it will be the second walk. It'll be issued by McCullough. And now it's Boston Bryant to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. But that's, again, one thing that you've seen from McCullough that is, again, giving him a little bit more of an advantage at times throughout the entire season, is that his ability to also, some guys can't do that because they find themselves not being able to throw strikes. As this is probably the one time we've seen McCullough not throw as many strikes as he usually does, and he's not throwing bad by any means, but he had 5 walks all season. He's got 2 right now in this ball game. But some guys have to keep everything the same to be able to throw strikes. And McCullough can change maybe the arm angle, just the way his leg gets lifted, how long he hesitates before he throws. That really throws the timing off for those hitters that, again, gives him another advantage when he's up on the mound. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McCullough. There's a high chopper as Bridger Babcock will throw to second. No, they say he's safe. They say he's safe at second, that he beat the throw. And Coach Rowley will ask if he was, maybe if Shufflebein was off the bag or if he actually had beaten the throw. But they say he's safe at second. They call it a fielder's choice. They have not put up the hit yet on the scoreboard. If they will call it a hit. So it's now first and second with only one out. First pitch will miss low for ball one here to Noah Grabeau. So they call it a fielder's choice. Will not give a base hit to Boston Bryant, but he is on for the first time in the ball game. That pitch will be on the outside edge, top of the zone. The count's now 1-1. Grabeau singled to lead off the bottom of the second. Pierre really needs a zero right now. With it being a 4-0 lead for Jefferson, first and second with one out. Don't want to get behind too much against these guys. Here's a line shot that's going to just get over the head of a leaping Shufflebein into left center field. It will drive in another run. It's now a 5-0 lead here for the Jefferson Cavaliers. Shufflebein nearly got up for it and was able to make the catch, which would have been a double play. But instead it turns into another base hit and another run scoring. And it's now 5-0 for Jefferson here in the bottom of the third inning. Another run scoring here for the Cavaliers, and they're looking for another crooked number. The runner is still at first and second. Grabeau is now 2 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch will miss inside for ball one. Here to Maddox Zenz, who had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bats. Well, there still is just that fielder's choice. I thought maybe they gave him a base hit after all for Boston Bryant. That one is over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Winner of this game takes on the winner of Brandon Valley and O'Gorman. That's a 2-7 matchup. That's the third game of the day. And that'll be the first game then tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon. Here's the 1-1. A check swing popped up down the right field line, but that will land foul. And the count goes to now 1-2. The strength of Maddox Zenz to be able to get that one deep enough into right field for it to land foul instead of being caught by Bridger Babcock. But now a strike away, and McCullough's looking for a strikeout, which would be his second one if he can get it of Maddox Zenz. 1-2 pitch here from McCullough. This will be skied out towards left center field. Coming in to make the catch is Parker O'Brien. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. And it brings up the number 9 man in Caleb Goodroad. So this becomes very important here for McCullough to get this man out. Leave that top of the order up to start the fourth inning instead of potentially a crooked number, at least, at the very least, having the bases loaded for the top of the order, where Mediger is already 2 for 2. There should be 1 for 1, but been on base twice. This was popped up down the right field line. Will it land fair? It's right on the line, but it will land foul. Just barely landing foul. And the beauty of having a third umpire is that umpire over at first, he's at first base because the third base umpire is over there. Not that the home plate umpire couldn't see it, but I mean, first base umpire was 20 feet away from it to see it land in foul territory down the right field line. Again, from our angle, it looked very, very close. It could have maybe been less close and a very easy call for that umpire to make, as that pitch will miss low and inside. The count's now 1-1 here to Caleb Goodroad. But the other side of that is, again, that's very, I mean, that's at least a 6-0 game and would have put another runner 90 feet away. Ground ball that is going to be fouled down the third base line. Scooting out of the way is the third base coach for Jefferson. And so now the count is at 1-2. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third and a 5-0 lead for the Jefferson Cavaliers. Runners at first and second. Brennan McCullough will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line shot. That will be caught by Shufflebine on a leap. And that will end the inning. With just a little bit lower on that RBI single from Noah Grabeau, and we'd have a 0 inning, but it is 1 run scoring on 2 hits. Make that just 1 hit. No errors, and 2 men left on base. 3 complete. It's a 5-0 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your morning shouldn't start in chaos. At Pierre Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pierre Closets at 605-223-5855 for free in-home design consultation. Pierre Closets, organized for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fourth, and it is a 5-0 lead for the Jefferson Cavaliers over the Pierre Governors. As 2 runs in the first and second, and then a run in the third for the Cavs. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. No runs, no hits, 1 error. As Parker O'Brien, Jaron Deal, Bridger Babcock will lead us off here in this top of the fourth inning. O'Brien, Deal, and Babcock. 5, 6, and 7 for the Govs. They've got to start chipping away here in this top of the fourth. Starting to run out of time. There's still half of a ball game left, but down 5-0. This is not a team that's going to give up a whole lot of runs, as that one will be taken for strike 1. And for Pierre, the postseason has not been helpful hitting-wise for the Govs, as there's a ground ball that will be foul, and the count's now 0-2. They come in hitting just 149 in the postseason as a team. And credit to Mitchell for throwing as well as they did in that best of 3 series. And I think probably Mitchell had the best pitching staff of those bottom 8 teams. T probably had a good pitch. They did have a good pitching staff, as that'll be flown out of play by O'Brien behind home plate. As the count is 0-2. The leadoff man here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the 0-2. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. And the Jefferson Cavaliers student section, or maybe the JV team, have started the roll call in the fourth inning. They're 3 innings late to start the roll call, but they are starting the roll call. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Saladin to O'Brien. Check swing, but he fouled it away. He'll stay alive. The roll call didn't make it all the way around the field, though. maybe they are going to get it all the way through the. I think they're actually going to the bench now. They're not even going to the guys that are on the field. They're going to the bench. 1-2 pitch. That'll be missing outside. The count's now 2-2. Good take there from O'Brien. Saladin, so far 4 strikeouts. Here's the 2-2. Sharp ground ball. There's the first base hit of the ball game for the Governors, as O'Brien will get it through the left side past a diving shortstop of Jacobson. And the leadoff man is on base here in the top of the 4th. This is the 3rd straight inning now. The Governors have had the leadoff man. They failed to score in the 2nd and 3rd inning. But now here in the top of the 4th, Jaron Deal, who comes to the plate, try and help maybe get that first run in. First hit of the postseason for Parker O'Brien. Was 0 for 6 coming in, or make that 0 for 5. He had a sacrifice bunt his first trip to the plate. Now 1 for 6 here in the postseason. That one's upstairs, and the count's 1-0 here to Jaron Deal. Ground into a fielder's choice in his first trip to the plate. It was a hard hit ground ball that went right back to the pitcher, Saladin, who turned and was able to get Lindekugel between 2nd and 3rd. This is flown out into center field. Backing up is the center fielder in Goodrow to make the catch. And retreating back to first is Parker O'Brien. There's now 1 down here in the top of the 4th. And it brings up Bridger Babcock. And Riker Edson at first going to the plate. But instead they're going to bring Bridger Babcock up. And the name it was not reported to the umpire that Riker Edson was going to bat, so it does not give, that Riker Edson could still pinch hit at some point in the ball game, as that pitch will miss inside for ball 1. That's the good news too. He was close to the umpire to report, but he did not actually report in. As you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, right at 3 o'clock. This will get past the catcher to the backstop. Parker O'Brien will make his way over to second, and the count is 2-0 here to Bridger Babcock. So Bridger Babcock up 2-0 in the count. Runner on at second. Nobody out here, or make that 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. But O'Brien now in scoring position as the Govs will try and get that first run of the ball game. Saladin waits, and then he'll deliver a strike at the knees, and the count goes to now 2-1. Here to Bridger Babcock. Still raining here at Augustana, Rockin' Field. 2-1 pitch. That'll be fouled out of play on the left side. And the count is now at 2-2. And Saladin looking for his 5th strikeout. They'll have the top of the order, Jefferson in the bottom of the 4th inning. Controlling a 5-0 ball game as it stands right now, but Pierce trying to cut into that deficit. The 2-2 from Saladin. That'll bounce in. That's stopped by the catcher, Dunn. And the count goes full now at 3-2. O'Brien leads away from second. Nobody out. We make that 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Goodrow delivers the 3-2. That one will miss for ball 4, and it's now 1st and 2nd. To bring up Hudson Schaefer to the plate.
Now back for Pierre, designated hitter number 12, Hudson Schaefer.
We'll have the first baseman move in. Coach Rowie talking with Hudson Schaefer. Now the catcher and Dunn will go out to have a conversation with Saladin. He's got runners on at 1st and 2nd. And only 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Parker O'Brien leads away from second. Bridger Babcock now on at first. He's drawn a walk in both of his trips to the plate, has Bridger Babcock. Schaefer struck out looking with runners at first and second and 2 outs in the top of the second. Now he hits with only 1 out here at the top of the fourth. First pitch is outside for ball 1. No activity on the right field bullpen. Everett Salonen. He went 6 innings against the Govs in that 5-4 win. Wait, that 5 innings, excuse me. This one will get away from the catcher. Everybody will move up 90 feet. And now you've got runners at second and third as it bounced in, got to the right of the catcher, Dunn. And now the Govs are in prime position here to get a run scoring. So a 2-0 count here with 1 out. Hudson Schaefer, a big opportunity here to drive in a couple runs. Number 8 man in the batting order. Salonen will step back to the rubber, peer in for the sign, and now he'll come set from the stretch and deliver the 2-0 pitch. That one will miss outside and maybe a little low, and the count's now full at 3-0. On deck, the number 9 man, Hudson Stosher, who reached on to air in his first trip to the plate. .3-0 count, the pitch. Over for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. Still good hitters count here for Hudson Schaefer. O'Brien at third, Babcock at second. 3-1 from Salonen to Schaefer. Misses for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. Hudson Stosher to the plate. And the Govs, a time called and a mound visit here to Salonen. Slow walk. And again, no activity out in the right field bullpen for the Jefferson Cavaliers. And the Governors, a little bit of some life right now here in that dugout. With Hudson Stosher, that will come to the plate. Number 9 man in the batting order, and then you get to the top of the order for Carter Schuffelbein. Anything but a ground ball to somebody or a strikeout for Hudson Stosher. Anything that's, again, you don't want to get the double play, but you also need to make sure you put the ball in play with if you're not going to draw the walk. As the mound visit will conclude, bases are loaded here with one out here in the top of the 4th inning. The tying run all of a sudden has moved to the on-deck circle here for the Governors. Here in the top of the 4th, our first quarterfinal game of the state tournament. First pitch, that'll miss high and outside for ball 1. Winner will move on to the 3:30 game. They will take on the winner of Brandon Valley and O'Gorman. If it is the Governors that come back and win, we'll have it tomorrow afternoon with coverage at 3:10. That one will miss low, and the count's now 2-0 as that bounces in. Carter Schuffelbein the top of the order, waiting on deck. Everett Salonen struggling to find the strike zone right now. 2 walks in the inning. Base hit and 2 walks have loaded the bases. Salonen resetting himself behind the mound. Now he'll come set on the rubber. Here's the 2-0 pitch from the stretch. That one's over for a strike, and Stosher was taking it all the way. And the count's now 2-1. O'Brien at third, Babcock at second, Schaefer on at first. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 2-1 pitch. It's a slow roller back to the mound. Will be fielded to throw the plates. He is out at home. Parker O'Brien sliding head first, and he is out at the plate. And there is now 2 down. And it's now Carter Shufflebine. Fielder's choice, 1-2 on the ground out. Bases remain loaded, and it's Carter Shufflebine. First pitch from Saladin to Shufflebine. The curveball that drops in for strike one. Had his knees buckling there. I think he was trying to maybe look for a first pitch fastball, but instead got a first pitch curveball. Here's now the 0-1 pitch. That would be a curveball that drops below the zone. A good take there from Shufflebine. The count's now 1-1. Bases remain loaded here for the Governors. 2 outs at the top of the fourth. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-1. Babcock at third, Schaefer at second, Stosher at first. Biggest at bat of the ball game right here for the Governors. 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, and the count is now 2-2, and Shufflebine is at a 2-2 count. Saladin now becomes 1 strike away from getting out of this without any damage. Saladin back to the rubber. Pierre's in for the sign. He'll come set from the stretch. Here's the 2-2 to Shufflebine. Misses low, and the count's now full at 3-2. That's a big take there from Shufflebine. That pitch was in the strike zone for probably 90% of that flight to the plate. Bottom fell out of it. He did not offer at it. And the count now is runs full. Everybody gets a head start. A shot somewhere could make this a 5-3 ball game. 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Check swing. They're going to ask if he win. They said he did go. And now Shuffle by the throw. That's going to go wild, and 2 runs are going to score. They're going to round Stosher to the plate. The throw will be coming in. 3 runs will score on the drop third strike, and it's a 5-3 ball game. What could have been a walk turned into a drop third strike strikeout. And so the catcher threw it over to first base, and he threw it high. And it got all the way down the right field line, and all 3 runs coming to score. And it is unbelievably now a 5-3 ball game. As Porter Hunsley the plate, he represents the tying run. Be an air charge to the catcher as well. So the second air by Jefferson as Porter Hunsley with a ground ball. That'll be up the middle, but fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first will be in time, but we've got ourselves a ball game now. 3 runs score in the inning on just 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. 5-3. Pierre is trailing Jefferson as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota sun is beating down, your home should be your sanctuary. But a broken air conditioner can turn your living room into a hot oven fast. Whether you need quick repair or full system replacement, AirTech Heating and Cooling is on the job. Our licensed technicians are available 24/7 for those unexpected emergencies. We pride ourselves on 100% customer satisfaction and quality service you can trust. Call 605-945-0160. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned and keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is a 5-3 ball game now here in the bottom of the 4th, as it will be the top of the order. Case and Mediger to lead things off. That drop third strike cleared the bases on the errant throw from the catcher in Jackson Dunn. That turned this game from 5-0 game, and really, if he holds on to it, it's a 5-1 game here in the bottom of the fourth inning, but the throw ends up sailing over the first baseman's head. All 3 runs came in to score, and it is a 5-3 game as Brendan McCullough, the first pitch, will miss low for ball 1. As Jonathan Newhart looks like he's going to be starting to warm up in the left field bullpen for the Governors. This will be fouled back, and the count's now 1-1. Rain still falling here at Augustana. I don't think it really has stopped since before the game got started. We had really pretty much from 12 until 2 o'clock, we had no rain falling, but we had backed up the start time to 2 o'clock. This is a high fly ball to left center field. Porter Hunsley going back on it. He'll camp underneath it to make the catch. It's a loud first out as Mediger is retired for the first time today. And the leadoff man is gone here to start the bottom of the fourth inning. And Brody Jacobs sitting out of the plate. Here with 1 out in this bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the first pitch. That one just missing outside for ball 1. Pretty good spot to miss if you're Brendan McCullough. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This will be popped foul. It's right behind us. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike. The number 2 man in the batting order, who is 2 for 2, a double and an RBI in the first and a 2 RBI single in the second. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McCullough. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Governors had 7 guys come to the plate in that last inning to score those 3 runs. This is skied up on the left side of the infield. Trip Lindekugel is calling for it, and he will make the catch for the second out. As he came running in midway up that third base line, and now Jackson Dunn, and McCullough's looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the fourth. Be a big shutdown inning for the Governors to get them right back to the dugout and trying to rally back from a 5-0 deficit. First pitch swinging, ground ball up the middle. Stoscher slides, he feels it. The throw to first is not going to be in time. That's a heck of a play by Hudson Stoscher to make that play to have a shot at throwing him out. Use the turf to his advantage, but it's an infield single. And it brings up now Easton Riley, 7th hit of the ball game for the Cavaliers. Easton Riley with a ground out RBI in the first. He ground out the shortstop, Carter Schuffelbein. Orton's going to run, Workey, is going to run for the catcher and Dunn. Courtesy runner. Pickoff attempt, diving back in safely. McCullough comes set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Easton Riley. After a long pause, delivers ground ball on the left side. Schuffelbein will field. His throw across the diamond will be in time to first to retire the side here in the fourth inning. First 1-2-3 inning, well, scoreless inning for the Governors. It wasn't a full 1-2-3 inning as they did have 1 hit in the inning, but we've played 4 now, and it is a 5-3 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting, In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fifth, and it is a 5-3 lead here for the Jefferson Cavaliers over the Pierre Governors. Everett Saladin back out on the mound here for Jefferson, and he will go against 3, 4, and 5. Sudden Sun and Shine, Trip Linda Kugel, and Parker O'Brien. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Jaron Deal. As, again, the rain still has been falling for this entire game, which has been more of a nuisance for these guys than really anything else. Nothing that's been made things look like they've been sloppy. And the good news is, being an all-turf infield, it does help limit maybe some of those things happening, as that one's over for a strike, and the count's quickly 0-2. I had it 1-1, but I guess it was an 0-2 count. Here's a ground ball by Sun and Shine that will get to the shortstop. His throw to first will be in time. And the leadoff man gone here to lead off the top of the fifth inning. Sun and Shine now 0 for 3 in the ball game. And it brings up Trip Lindekugel to the plate. Lindekugel, his 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and then he ground out to the shortstop. And his 2 trips to the plate to this point. First pitch swinging, high fly ball. That's out of play on the right side. And the count goes to 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Saladin to Lindekugel. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Jefferson in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-1 here to Lindekugel. Two 2-1 from Saladin to Lindekugel. That'll be outside, and the count is now 3-1 to the number 2 man this inning, number 4 man in the batting order. Looking to reach base for the second time. Saladin working from the stretch with nobody on base. 3-1 pitch. This one's fouled back behind us, and the count's now 3-2. There is activity out in the right field bullpen. Yeah, McFarland that's stretching out there, I think, but you have activity, someone warming up and has a hoodie on, so there is no chance to see who it actually is for the number for Jefferson. That pitch is outside for ball 4, and it will be a one-out walk issued to Lindekugel. And a runner on at first here in this top of the fifth inning. So Parker O'Brien here to the plate. We'll have a pinch runner for the Governors. Maybe Aiden Johnson that's pinch running. Didn't catch the number running across. It looked kind of like Aiden Johnson. First pitch is over for strike 1. Aiden Johnson is running over there. Here's a fly ball down the right field line that will get out of play. And the count is now at 0-2. As we try to do a little bit of some maintenance on all of our equipment to try and keep things as dry as possible with all the stuff that we have. And a pickoff attempt and back in safely. Over at first is Johnson. Here's the 0-2. That one is fouled on a play by O'Brien. And the count remains at 0-2. Pitch again. Ground ball down the first base line. That is just foul. Oh, boy. That one's... both umpires agreed with it, and obviously if it was on the third base line, we'd be able to tell that for sure if it was fair or foul, but both umpires agreed that that was a foul ball. So the count remains at 0-2 here for O'Brien. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one taken for strike 3 on the outside edge. O'Brien looks back. He can't believe it. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. It brings up Jaron Deal to the plate. Deal is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and flew out to center. First pitch will miss for ball 1. 2 outs and a runner on at first here in the top of the 5th. Governors are down to their final 7 outs without being able to tie this ball game up, as that one's over for a strike, and the count moves to 1-1. Everett Salonen will check his pitch count here shortly, but he's starting to get up, as that one is over for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Actually, it's at 87. So 87 for Salonen. If you look at Game Changer, they have it up on the board. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line shot. That will just miss Aiden Johnson into right field for a base hit. Johnson will stop at second. The throw went to third, wide of the third base side. And it is first and second now with 2 outs. And it will bring up Bridger Babcock instead. They will have the pinch hitter and Riker Edson that will come to the plate. So Deal is now 1 for 3 in the ball game as he gets a base hit. That one nearly hit Johnson between first and second, which would have ended the inning. But now Riker Edson will come and pinch hit for Bridger Babcock. With 2 outs and a big spot here at the top of the 5th inning. Riker Edson, as we look at his stats for the season, he had just 2 at-bats during the varsity season. Hit a lot during the JV year. But he went 0 for 2 during the regular season for the Governors. And now here with runners at first and second, looking for his first varsity hit. And that can make this a 1-run ball game. Johnson at second, Deal over at first. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low for ball 1. So first and second here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. One-0 pitch here from Salonen. That's upstairs. Inside as well. The count's now 2-0. And after this game is done, Yankton and Stevens will play. Then it'll be Brandon Valley O'Gorman, then Harrisburg and Watertown to close out the day, with the 4 winners advancing to tomorrow's semifinals. This one's fouled back on the 2-0 pitch, and the count's now 2-1. Good swing there from Riker Edson. Hudson Schaefer waiting on deck. Two-one pitch. That one will miss low, and the count's now 3-1. Schaefer, who waits on deck. Drew walking his last trip to the plate. Big spot, big pitch. Good hitter's count here for Riker Edson. 3-1 the count. He pitched number 93. Here to Riker Edson from Everett Salonen. 3-1 pitch. Line shot. That is caught on a dive by the third baseman in Noah Kenzie to rob a base hit and a run to put an end to this top of the 5th inning. What a diving catch by Noah Kenzie. And it keeps it a 5-3 game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 5-3 for the Governors, down by 2 to Jefferson. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. As we welcome you back, it is into the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is the Pierre Governors that are down on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard 5-3. As the first pitch is popped up, first base side, Bridger Babcock, who's back into the game, that will be out of play for the first strike. It is the top of the order. Case and Mediger will lead things off, followed by Brody Jacobson and Jackson Dunn. He might reach his base. It'll go to Easton Riley. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball on the left side. Be fielded by Lyndon Kugel, who comes across. That throw is low, and it's going to get away from Bridger Babcock, who tried to dive to keep his foot on the bag. And he'll move the runner over to second. And a leadoff error. Second error by the Governors. And that one really just slipped out of the hands. I say it was top of the order. It was Noah Kenzie that led off. And it brings up now Boston Bryant to the plate. As we have, not sure what the conversation might be here. Home plate umpires having a conversation with one of the officials, off the field officials. And so Boston Bryant now will come to the plate. It'll be an air charge to Linda Kugel. I think the home plate umpire initiated the time being called to talk to one of the off-field officials, as that first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Here to Boston Bryant. I had said it was leadoff man. It was actually number 5 man, Noah Kenzie. Here's the 1-0 to Bryant. Sharp ground ball that is backhanded. Stopped by Hudson Stosher. He gets up, throws to first, and a great play there by Stosher. Does move the runner over to third, and there is one down. The only play was to first. But a good play by Stosher to slide to his right. And it is Stosher that went off the glove. He was able to pick it up and fire to first for the first out. Here's the first pitch. That one's popped up on the right side. Bridger Babcock in foul territory. He'll make the catch. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Whatever it was, the off-field official went around and talked to the kids that are sitting on the third base side on one of those benches near the third base dugout where the Governors are at. Here's the first pitch to Maddox Zenz. That'll miss inside for ball one. One 0 count to Maddox Zenz. Runner on at third with 2 away. 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled at the plate, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Again, lights have been on here at Ronkin Field from the start and will be on the remainder of the day. There's no chance we're going to get enough sunlight to turn those lights off all the way through the remainder of day one of the state tournament. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That is outside, and the count's now 2-1. Leading away from third is Kenzie. 2-1 pitch. That is grounded foul over to the third base dugout. Bounce back into fair territory, but Linda Kugel will find that one. He'll throw it over to Coach Edson over in the left field bullpen. 2-2 count. Runner on at third with 2 outs. McCullough looking for the strikeout. It'll be his second one. If he can find it. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, and it's now a 3-2 count. On deck, the number 9 man and Caleb Goodroad, who's 0 for 2. Zenz is 0 for 1 with a sac butt and a fly out to left. 3-2 pitch. This was fouled off. Well, they have not called that. It will be a foul ball. It rolled off the foot of the batter in Maddox Zenz. And it keeps the count 3-2. Home plate umpire, he was looking around trying to figure out where the ball had gone to. His vantage point could not see that went off the foot, but the third base umpire, at least the third base umpire was coming in. First base umpire could have 2. 3-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. And it's now first and third. Aaron will walk and put the runners on bases here with 2 outs now in this bottom of the 5th inning. And brings up Caleb Goodroad, the center fielder who's 0 for 2. McCullough will come set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Goodroad. He'll swing and pop this one up down the right field line. Long run for Deal. Can't make the catch as he got near where the wall comes up in the right field bullpen. It dropped foul. But it is an 0-1 count. So first and third, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch from McCullough. That'll miss outside, and the count is now 1-1. Number 9 man the batting order, so now Kason Mediger, the top of the order, is waiting on deck. So this is, again, another big spot to get right here. If you're the Governors, you got to get this man out. Pickoff attempt. And diving back in safely without a tag over at first is Zenz. Again, Kenzie is on at third, Zenz at first. Newhart is still warming up out in that left field bullpen, more playing catch than anything else. 1-1.
Ready to find your dream home? Call Cat.
So now here is an opportunity for Sun and Shine to try and tie this up, and I think we might have sound back on YouTube here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And Sun and Shine trying to make this a 1-run ball game. Pickoff attempt and back in safely over at first at Shufflebine. So we are back with our sound on YouTube. That's a whole ordeal in itself, but it is first and third with 2 outs. Sun and Shine ground ball right to the shortstop, who will step on the bag at second, and now Jefferson will be 3 outs away going into the 7th inning to try and win this ball game. And with a 5-3 lead, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base, we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 5-3 lead for Jefferson over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 6th, and it is a 5-3 lead for the Jefferson Cavaliers over the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. As it is the top of the order, which, by the way, they have 8 hits now for Jefferson. So it is now here for Brennan McCullough to take on Case Mediger, Brody Jacobson, and Jackson Dunn. By the way, Matt Nell Jensen was the one pitching in that top of the 6th inning. As the first pitch is over for ball 1 here to Case Mediger here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch will be grounded foul over to the third base dugout. Evens the count at 1-1. By the way, when we get done, it'll be a quick post-game. We won't even go to a post-game break. We'll go straight into the post-game to try and get everything just down and out of the rain. Here's a 1-1 pitch. This is launched foul out of play on the left side. That was actually probably somewhat close to hitting the Durango out there, which feels like there should be no way that anybody would hit that. But that's how close it got to hitting out there. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mediger. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. Second strikeout of the ball game for McCullough. And one down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And brings up Brody Jacobson, who is 2 for 3. RBI double in the first, 2 RBI single in the second. Then he popped out of the third baseman, Lindenkugel, back in the 4th inning. First pitch, that one's fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. Crowd is piling in here at Ronkin Field with the start of that second game supposed to be at 4 o'clock. Obviously will not be a 4 o'clock start. Here's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. Yankton and Stevens getting set for that second game. Here's now the 0-2 from McCullough. That one just misses outside, and the count goes now 1-2. 1-2 count, nobody on, one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here, game 1 of the state quarterfinals. This is popped up right at the plate. Sunshine, foul territory. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 quickly down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a tough play for Sunshine. Any catcher, I mean, to go straight up in the air like that, right at home plate. He was in the the left-handed batter's box and maybe a step outside of it when he finally made the catch for the second out, and now it brings up Jackson Dunn, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Pierre in the top of the 7th will have 4, 5, and 6, needing at least 2 runs to keep the ball game alive. That one is over for a strike, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. I say needing at least 2 runs. They got to get through this inning first, and then at the very least would need 2 runs. That is outside for a ball, and the count's now 2-1. Linda Kugel, O'Brien, and Deal. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will drop in for ball 3. That one had to have just barely missed. That one had to have been the strike zone for 99% of the flight. That's an ABS challenge probably from Sunshine. 3-1 pitch will miss low for ball 4. There'll be a walk issued with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it brings up now Easton Riley, who's 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. Does have an RBI in that first ground out. Werke is going to run. So 2 outs, runner on at first. Easton Riley, who's 0 for 3. Waits on the first pitch from Brennan McCullough and takes it for strike 1. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and a run in the third for Jefferson. 3 runs in the fourth for the Governors, which came on a drop third strike with the bases loaded and 2 outs. This one will bounce in front of Sunshine. Runner will take off for second and will get there. Sunshine was able to block it, but unable to pick it up cleanly, and had to find where that ball was at in front of him. Allowed that runner to move into scoring position, so this becomes a very important batter to try and get out. Here's a fly ball to right field. Jaron Deal will come into the line. Right at the line, makes the catch, and that sends us to the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. To the 7th we go. The Governors need at least 2 runs, down by 2 to Jefferson, 5-3. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC. 224-6627. It is the top of the 7th, and the Pierre Governors are down 5-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard, and they need at least 2 here in this 7th inning to keep this ball game going. Adnell Jensen, who got the scoreless top of the 6th, he's trying to get through the 7th inning and send Jefferson to the state semifinals tomorrow at 3:30. Governors need at least 2 runs here to come back and get this ball game tied back up. 3 runs gives you the lead, but you need at least those first 2 runs. First pitch swinging for Linda Kugel out towards right center field. Backing up as a center fielder, and he will make the catch. A long run for Goodroad with the first pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And it will bring up now Parker O'Brien, who is 1 for 2 in the ball, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Base hit to lead off the top of the 4th and help get those 3 runs scored. Although he did not score, but help get that inning started for the Governors. 1 of just 2 hits overall. First pitch over for strike 1. Listen to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 0-2. Again, if we end here or in the bottom of the 7th inning, or whenever that last out is made, no post-game break. We'll go right into our post-game show and quickly wrap up the broadcast. Here's a ground ball over the shortstop, fielded, and the throw to first is dug out by the first baseman in Riley. And there is now 2 down, and the Governors are down to their final out here of the 2026 season. Jaron Deal's going to try and start the 2-out rally that the Governors need. Deal, and then it goes to Jackson Goodman. Those 2 guys need to reach base and score. As the first pitch from Jensen, ground ball to the right side, that is through for a base hit. Deal is now 2 for 4 in the ball game as he has 2 of the 3 hits for the Governors. And so now it's Jackson Goodman who will hit for Bridger Babcock. So Goodman to the plate as he is hitting for the first time. And he needs to reach base. Goodman went 0 for 4 in that 2-game sweep of Mitchell.
Attention please, now batting for the Governors, number 25, Jackson Goodman.
So Jackson Goodman, the base hit, any way to get on, any way to extend this inning to Hudson Schaefer, as I believe it's Will Eilers that is still hitting in that spot, who hit the last time that Schaefer spot came up. First pitch is missing outside for ball 1. And McFarland is warming up out in the right field bullpen. Here's the 1-0. Goodman, fly ball that's foul to play on the right side. Again, winner of this game faces the winner of Brandon Valley and O'Gorman, 3:30 tomorrow. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. That is through for a base hit past the diving second baseman in Mediger. And the tying run is now on base with 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. And it's Will Eilers to the plate to draw a walk in his first trip up. Back-to-back hits, doubles the hit total for the Governors in the ball game. And is McFarland going to come on to try and close this out? So as time is called, are we going to see McFarland come in, or will they keep with Jensen, who's on the mound, trying to get this final out? Will Eilers, they will keep Jensen on the mound. Will Eilers back to the plate. A gap shot could tie the game up. Base hit at least moves it along to Hudson Stoescher. It can make this a 1-run ball game. Here's the first pitch from Jensen to Eilers. That'll miss low and away for ball 1. Eilers spot walks in his first trip. This spot is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks. That is outside, and the count's now 2-0. Which, by the way, if we do go to the bottom of the 7th, they'll have to have a new first baseman. Bridger Babcock cannot come into this game anymore. 2-0 pitch Ground ball on the left side, fielded by the shortstop, who will step on the bag at second. And the Jefferson Cavaliers will pick up the 5-3 win and will advance to the state semifinals tomorrow to take on the winner of Brandon Valley and O'Gorman. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. 5-3 is our final. 5 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Governors. Carter Templeton will end up suffering the loss as Jefferson scored a run, 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and a run in the third. Governors got all 3 runs on a drop third strike with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The errant throw from the catcher and Jackson Dunn scored all 3 of those runs. That made it a 5-3 game. That's all Pierre could get. They had first and second with the 2 outs, but the season does come to an end as Jefferson advances and will take on the winner of Brandon Valley and O'Gorman coming up tomorrow at 3:30. The Governor's season will wrap up as our post-game show is brief. We'll send you back to regular programming here in just a moment. But want to tell you, coming up on Wednesday is the first game of the Post-8 season. And the Post-8, the 8s will take on Harrisburg on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. We'll have coverage of both those games on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We'll have the video coverage back again, as it will be the 8s and Harrisburg on Wednesday with coverage at 4:45 and a 5 o'clock first pitch on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governor's season will come to an end at 22-9. I want to say thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Michael here signing off with a 5-3 win for Jefferson over Pierre as we say so long from Rockin' Field.
You've been listening to Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Doors, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE. Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, Hunsley Auto Body, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Cone Egg, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric. Join us all season for more Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.